Thank you very much. I think those are really powerful testimonies and debate. Just on loss and damage, again, maybe just to confirm that, how important it is that we don't have a situation whereby we're choosing between supporting a loss and damage facility or leading the way. But if you could kind of confirm that idea that, in fact, by taking the lead as Denmark has done, by taking an individual position in recognising that historic responsibility and committing, we're in fact supporting the debate around a loss and damage facility and helping to push the EU position in a positive way. So again, the importance of both supporting a loss and damage facility in the negotiations and taking that individual stance. I was very struck by I think it's incredibly powerful when we think about what is happening. By Ms. Watiti was speaking about, I think it's a good reality check. We hear a lot about the costs of climate action and the difficulties of climate action and what it does to different business models and how we've done things and how difficult it is to change. But I think what we heard is the cost of inaction and climate inaction and slow action is far more severe. It's not simply a matter of businesses failing, but it is around death, and it is around loss of lives, and especially for farming worldwide and food security worldwide. And I think that's really important. If you could just maybe elaborate a little bit around that issue of what this means for food security worldwide if we slow or delay our climate action. And also, I would just, in terms of that loss and damage facility, the loss of lives and livelihoods is understandably centre stage. But if people could comment around the cultural and biodiversity loss, which is also part of the loss for many, many countries in this regard, and the importance of that being recognised. And also perhaps the question of trust, how fundamental is emerging with the loss and damage facility to the trust of the over 100 countries and the countries across the world who've been calling for this and who were frustrated at the last COP. In terms of the question of climate financing, I'm struck by the issue of the quality and the quantity issue. On the quality, what should or could Ireland be doing to press the EU on the quality of climate financing? And I'm struck by particularly, I think it was beautifully put by Deputy Cronin actually, but the idea that we would be asking countries to go into debt for damage we've done. The wrongness of a debt approach and a loan approach in relation to some of these issues, and also what was also mentioned in terms of the danger of public money being used solely to underwrite or incentivise private commercial investment, when in fact there's huge public need that won't be profitable for anybody, but is essential for the maintenance of life and social cohesion across the world. So maybe the importance of public money going towards those worst affected through loss and damage and other climate grant financing, rather than simply as an underwriting of private investment. In relation to our guests, I'll just finish really quickly then. I have just two really quick questions. The one on quantity, just again, fair share on quantity. What does our timeline need to look like on that? And fair share on mitigation. What does the next 2 to 3 years need to look like for Ireland to be credible about doing our fair share? On the nuclear non-proliferation, on the fossil fuel non-proliferation, I completely agree. I think the nuclear non-proliferation is a diplomatic high point for Ireland. I'm worried that we might lose decades of work that we've done in that area. So maybe if you could just comment also on the importance of making sure we don't have an escalating arms trade, which does lead to it. And then lastly, final word on human rights. We've talked about the human rights context but human rights within the texts that are being negotiated. Thanks, the importance of Ireland championing that, because I know there's been pressure to remove references to human rights from some of the negotiated texts.